Hi Cancer, this is Heather, the Medium on a Mission, coming to you with your August forecast. And so the month of July had a lot of stuff going on. There was the eclipse energies, there was full moon, there was the Mercury retrograde, and so we're still in the tail end of the Mercury retrograde, but the energy is starting to subside. I know that there was a lot of people that just sort of wanted to run for the hills. There's moments where I was super anxious and then down and up and down, and it was the intensity, and a lot of people were going through a lot, and so fully recognize that. And so I feel like the month of August is really about kind of the reprieve from those energies and just kind of just being positive, so much more positive. And so my intent for these readings is to really bring more positive energies into them for the month of August for all the signs, and to just kind of like acknowledge the work that you're doing and kind of where you're at with things, and we'll just kind of see what that they have to say, Spirit has to say about it. So just like I've done before, so I'm going to start body, mind, and spirit, just kind of looking at the full purview of the month and kind of the whole body experience here, the whole, all areas, and then we'll pull a positive card at the end just to kind of wrap it up into a bow in terms of the energy. So with that being said, we'll get started. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancer for the month of August regarding the body? So what messages do you have for Cancer for the body? So that's the physical body, that's the earth plane, that's the that's that energy around that. So let me just see here. I'm just sort of tuning in and seeing what we've got here in terms of the energies that's coming forward. So I'll ask Spirit to step forward and give any messages that they have as well. And again, the Spirit could be incarnate or discarnate, so meaning they could be crossed over or still here on the physical plane. So whatever Spirit person that wants to come forward and represent the message, I'm allowing them to do so. And as I'm saying that, I do have an older gentleman that's here. This could be a father, grandfather energy. He's stepping forward, and it's interesting. There's something about, I don't know if this guy had something with pens or what this is. It's almost like I'm seeing a pocket protector. And so for whatever reason, that might be Spirit, whenever they bring through something very specific about that may not have to do actually with this guy, but it may be a connection to kind of the messaging, protecting, or I'm not sure what that is. So, but he's showing me that very clearly, and I feel like he's doing some examination. I just feel like he's kind of he watches over, and the energy I also will say is, when I ask Spirit for one sort of word, I'm kind of doing that now just to kind of see what I get. I got the, that just popped down. Let me pull this back up. That's interesting. Okay, so that just sort of popped down out of nowhere. I'll fix that. Okay, perfect. There we go. So I did get the word action. It's right. Actually, I was just going to say that right before that fell down. So action. There's something about the word action that's really important for for Cancer for the month of August. So I just want that word, and there's something about that action. That's your word. So let's see what Spirit has to say for Cancer for the month of August here. All right, let me just see if there's, okay, I'm going to take, no, that's too many here. Let me see. I feel like there's some, I just want to keep shuffling. I'm not sure what to honor Spirit, whatever they want here. So, all right. There we go. I'm going to take it. All right. Action. All right. So, third eye and truth seeker. And so, this is the number 6 here. So, if you can see that, number 6, that's the 6th chakra. So, this is around the body. And so, I get this feeling of, I just feel like there's some things that are being managed or starting in the process of the feeling of there's some research attached to this. There's something key about the researching, kind of looking into something. You might actually be looking into finding out some information, trying to kind of get the truth for yourself around a certain situation. And there's this feeling of sort of trying to protect something. I actually feel like there might be a connection with property as well. I'm not sure if there's a feeling of, let me see here. Yeah, I feel like there might be something with property. The property doesn't have to be like a physical property. I mean, it could be like money, it could be assets, it could be, well, property is any sort of assets, right? When you kind of break it down to the rawest definition, a property is an asset. So, and so there's something around that there's a feeling of trying to seek out truth to. And I don't know if this is in regards to someone crossed over, someone still current living, but it feels like there might be some discussions around property that's going on for Cancer for the month of August. And so let me just see. It feels like there may have been, I want to keep, let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. Let's see. So what's on the mind for Cancer for the, and I'm not going to, you guys can't see this, but this card popped out, so I don't want to throw it away. But it did, you didn't see it, but it says yes. So I'm just going to put it down here and just kind of see what else. I guess that's just sort of the confirmation regarding what I was saying here, but I'll keep going and see what Spirit has to say on the mind level. There's something about this man that's connected as well, this individual. It feels like it might be, yeah, it's sort of, I don't know. I'm just going to keep going here. Let's see. Spirit, what do you have to say on the mind level as it relates to Cancer for the month of August? What does Cancer need to know? Again, this is a general reading, and the when I do one-on-ones and bring through Spirit, it's usually certainly a lot more, well, it's not usually, it is more specific, and I ask for more evidence, but I am aware that Spirit will keep it somewhat general because there will be many people listening, and Spirit will always take the opportunity to give the message for the highest and greatest good for all involved, and so I just sort of honor that. So let's see what Spirit has to say on the mind level for Cancer. All right, I'm going to pull this card here. Okay, soul relationship, that's interesting. Okay, so I shuffle these really, really well. And I do it even before I get back on. And I just got that card that came through for Gemini as well at the soul level. And so this is really what's in the mind space for you. And so let me see here. Okay, so there might be some sort of property connection to someone in terms of a relationship as well. But it feels like there's something around trying to kind of seek out the truth, trying to figure out an awareness around the soul level relationship. And so I'm going to ask for a clarifier on that, because there's interesting. It feels like this is, I have to tell you, it feels like there's a deeper story here that it's like I could spend some meaningful time on, is all I can say. It just feels like it feels like there might be some stuff that's going on. It might be a lot more than just kind of the surface level, because I feel like I could go deeper and I could get a lot more information on there. That it's like, it feels like it's one of those situations where it's deeper than the surface, meaning that there's a lot of dimensions to it, there's a lot of emotions to it, there's a lot of attachment, there's a lot of feelings, a lot of all type of stuff. So I feel like there's so much more here. Interesting. Okay, trauma, interesting. Okay, you know, I'm trying to keep these the readings very, on positive, and this is not to say it's not, but this is in the physical space, so I want to make that clear that it'll be very different, hopefully, when we get over to the soul level, because this is just the energies of this might even be some of the energies of what you experience in the month of July. I was talking heavily about those energies, and it looks like they might be popping out as well. And so it's this feeling, whenever I see the trauma card, really what I connected this is this feeling of, there's a feeling of sort of an expectation, or maybe some things from the past that have been carried. And it's that feeling of trying to work through those. This is, again, in the mind space, and it's the feeling like you can be in a relationship and maybe somebody says something and it triggers you. It doesn't have to be, again, a romantic, it could be a friendship, it could be anything. But it's the trauma of that memory that you hold within you, that it triggers you and you go off. And so I feel like this is this feeling of trying to kind of work through these energies of the past, of the things that you've kind of been going through. And again, it feels like I keep getting property. There's something attached to the property. Maybe there was a situation where the feeling of somebody, not taking care of something, maybe the feeling of, maybe there was like a issue in the family or something where it was like the feeling of that being sort of taken from someone, and that's the perception. And so that's what I'm getting around that. And so it just feels like it, like I said, this is pretty deep. There's some things where I could keep going deeper into each one of these. And I feel like this is the emotion that you are holding at this time as well, that it's not on the surface. It's something where this is really a matter of you going inward to really kind of try to seek out the truth for yourself and the understanding of what's occurred, so that you can sort of release this trauma that's connected to it. Again, trauma doesn't have to be like something of like a really like legal nature, I'll say it that way. It could be just emotional trauma, things that have carried, you know, the way that somebody may have wronged you, the feelings of carrying those burdens of people and what has happened in the past. So let me keep going here. And so Spirit, what message do you have for Cancer for the month of August? What is, help understand what this sort of trauma relationship connection is. And there might be an energy of a father as well that's connected to this, or like a father. So there's that feeling of that as well that's connected. And so there may be a relationship where the feeling of, how do I say this? Maybe a distrust in the relationship. Maybe there was a marriage that, you know, this person is like a father. You know, sometimes there's a thin line, right? You often see that we marry our fathers or mothers. And so that might be what also is coming through as well here. So let me just see what's on the spirit level. What does Cancer need to know the month of August on this? I just feel, okay. Okay, so, so this goes back to what I was saying. So the card Unseen here. So this really goes to me is the feeling of the whole picture is not really revealing itself yet. There's some things that are unseen. You're still trying to kind of seek out the truth to what this is, and processing this. This might be stuff that you're still working through from the eclipse and those type of things. And this could last 6 months. I hate to say, but it can. I mean, in fact, I've even, Spirit told me on the last, on one of them, it could be about a year. And so that's not uncommon. It's just the energy of the situation. But I have to tell you, this feels that what I get with that, the unseen, it's more about, I'll give you an example. It's the feeling of when you see things a certain way and then all of a sudden you start to see it a different way. It's like, it's been there all these years and I never knew. It could be a positive, like all these years I had no idea that this person was helping me out the way they were, or doing this for my own good, and I always kind of looked at it as a negative, or the reversal, right? The feeling of things could have always been, I feel like it's just, bottom line, it's the feeling of not always seeing things for what they are. There's some things that are unseen. It feels divine timing. It feels like certain things need to play out the way that they do for your own soul's growth. And this is why this is coming in this card. I'm going to clarify that just to kind of see what else is coming forward in terms of the energy, and just make sure that there's anything else that Spirit needs to communicate out to Cancer regarding this energy. So what specifically, what's the overall outcome for this situation for the sign of Cancer regarding this situation that they're working through at this time? The property, whatever this situation is here. Okay. Oh, okay. So these cards flew, so I'm going to take them. So I got clearing and be here now. And so this, to me, what I was talking about timing, it just pops up as being really important. You have, whatever this is, you have to be in this space right now because it is part of your growth. I think a lot of times we can kind of bypass things, or we want to, like, can I just check out of this? Can I numb it up or get out of this situation and not kind of deal with it? But this is so important that you be in this space at this time, because there is something coming for you that's going to help clear out the energies for positive things to come your way. So, like, talking really positive. This is all part of, like, you know, the clearing, the burning of the, you know, the forest to create a new. And unfortunately, well, I don't want to say unfortunately because it's all good. I feel like it's still a positive overall in terms of moving past this, but it feels like it's once and for all, there's going to be sort of a clearing to the energy of this space, and you're moving past this. And so So that's the biggest thing. This may have been something that's been heavy on you for a while, and that's why it's still coming up in August and you're moving past it. Or this might be something that you're still within, and you're at the beginning of the month will still be going through it, and at the end you'll be kind of seeing that clearing. But the positive thing here is really kind of that clearing, and it's the acknowledgement, and that this is just, it's around the timing of these events. So, it's a lot of us, things will change, the change will occur, but it needs to have its sort of impression on us on a soul level for us to really retain the lesson and the memory that's attached to it. So I know that's sometimes difficult, but I know that it's just unfortunately sometimes the way it is. But it makes us better and stronger as a result of that. So I feel like that's really strong. And I also feel like I also want to mention something with 2 children as well. There's something there's something involving a couple kids as well. I don't know if there would be a situation, someone having with custody or what that is, but I also am picking up on that as well. And I'm getting an SH name, I don't know if there's a like a what that is, but I get the vibration, and I'm getting the front of the name right now, so that's what I'm getting on that. So that there might be something going on with that as well, in terms of that energy. So let me just see here. Let me pull. Okay, so I'm going to pull a Power Thought card by Louise Hay. So this is just really kind of the positive energy of whatever needs to be said within this space and time for Cancer for the month of August. So Spirit, what positive message can we leave Cancer with for the month of August regarding their circumstance and their situation that they're going to be going through? Okay, so, all right, I open new doors to life. So that's beautiful. So these are, kind of the new doors and moving into that clearing of this space. And so I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. And so that just really kind of goes along with these additional cards that popped out. It's that, it's always going to work out. Things are going to work out the way they're meant to be. And so you're going through and clearing this energy so that you can really kind of start this new doors to a new life there. So that's beautiful. I think it's, it's really good energy that's coming forward for you, and just hang in there. I think it'll continue to get better, and just be positive about the, whatever's coming your way. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. And, let me just pull one more. I feel compelled to pull one more here. And actually, I'm going to use my Sacred Rebels cards here, Lena Fairchild. They're amazing cards, and these are kind of taking you to the next spiritual level. A lot of times when I was going through my development and things I didn't quite understand, and it didn't quite, I just needed more like that deeper level guidance, I would use these cards. And so, so let's just see what Spirit has to say on regarding this kind of thing that you're going through. What can we kind of give Cancer at this time to help with this message and bring some positive energy to this message here, and leave them on that energy. Okay. Oh, wow, that's so weird. Okay. Gosh, there is a lot. So this is interesting because I only did this for Aries, I believe it was. And I shuffled these. I shuffle them really good. I shuffled them before, and you saw me shuffling them again. And they're the only card, I don't know if you guys would have an Aries connection, but I pulled theirs as well. And they got the same card. That out of all these cards, it's what, 44 cards or something. So, and it's interesting because it's about bringing this kind of into healing, and bringing it into clearing space, and bring it into form. It's the card 41, and if you look on the back of the leg, it's like a lion, and we're entering Leo season, and so August is like Leo the lion, and so that's just fascinating. It's just acknowledgement of it's coming into form, and so that's just really what I get on that. It feels like it's going to be positive, just give it some time. But there might be also a connection with Aries with this as well. I have to say that because they got the same thing. So, a lot of times when we go through stuff, it's kind of the connected karma of each other. And so there seems like there's a deeper message there for the both of you guys. So, so I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have an amazing month. And, let me know what specifically. I'm very curious to hear what's going on here. It sounds like there's quite a lot, but I know that you can get through it, no doubt. And you're coming out, better as a result of those experiences. So many blessings to you, Cancer, and happy August. Namaste.